Today we're talking Easter. Here's some things we do with our family.
Stay tuned to find out.
Hello and welcome to Couple Chat.
Where we
Parents.
discuss topics for you.
Parents. I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie. Let's chat. Just for you folks listening there at home, I have no voice, so this will be a very different Jackie you will be hearing this episode. I'll do my best.
I sound the same.
Lucky you.
Handsome as ever. Right?
Okay.
Right?
Anyway.
Jackie's got the femme fatale voice today.
We're going to talk about Easter.
Anyway.
What? You said femme fatale. That's how they sound.
So,
Easter. What do we do?
What do we do?
Yeah.
This year or usually?
Usually, we celebrate Easter with Matt's family at our home. We were designated this holiday, like 7 or 8 years ago when we moved to New Jersey.
Yeah, I think
it became ours.
Yeah, I think that's when it happened because we had a big enough space for it.
Right.
Before that, we had smaller apartments. But once we moved to Jersey, we had a bigger apartment. Honestly, probably the biggest apartment we've had, the biggest space we've had. Even here in our home, I don't think our space is as big as it was there. No. It was about the layout. Yeah,
it was very open. You were able to, see the kitchen all the way from the living room, and it was very similar to like a row house.
Yeah,
where you.
Oh, so is this, but our kitchen's in the middle instead of being on an end.
Yeah, but the way this is, it still has like a couple walls in between with just a doorway.
Yeah,
like at least that there was the doorway into the kitchen, but like the rest of the apartment was like really wide open. Like you had the dining room space, but like it wasn't a room. There wasn't a wall divider. You went out into the living room.
See what you're saying?
Yeah.
And I mean, that living room space was just humongous.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was awesome for a lot of things, for hosting. And then, I mean, that was where we first started the whole projector thing.
Yeah.
And, I mean, we had 120 inches on that wall. That's how big it was.
Yeah.
We've only shrunk down over the years.
Right.
So.
Well, because our walls got smaller, which is strange because.
Well.
We got a projector so we could have a larger screen.
Right. But yeah, so anyway, been doing that. Your family doesn't really do anything.
We used to do brunch.
Yeah.
Like a Sunday morning brunch.
When your grandmother was like around, but like even a few years before that.
Yeah. I think it was more so just like get the family together and have like a nice little brunch. But your family, we do Saturday, and then my family, we would do Sunday, but no one really gets together for it anymore, which is fine. We get it.
And we're kind of probably going to start readjusting our, usual thing because now that we have kids and Nate is going to school, he has spring break. So as long as we're in New Jersey, this is when his spring break is. I don't know if we're not planning on staying here, but I don't know where we go, when it will be. But right now it's Easter. So if that's the case, then it will affect us doing Easter.
Sure.
Because we're not holding Easter, my brother told me that they are going up to Long Island because my mom and Mike are doing it there. So that's fun for them.
Yes.
As we'll be going south.
May the odds be ever in your favor because that drive will be great.
Just as long as our drive. Just kidding.
Yep. I hope not. 17 hours, gee.
Yeah. But yeah, so like, I know your voice is shot, but what are some of the things that we do for the actual, I don't know, dinner? Like we do a few things, obviously, since we're hosting. So
yeah. Well, I always like to have like little, charcuterie boards, but like more so like vegetable platters that I make myself. So like one year I made a bunny and like a carrot and like all sorts of different like shaped things to pick at. I make deviled eggs. And that is something that like I've always made, but ever since my Aunt Kathy used to make it. And like it is one of my favorite appetizers, especially during this time of year, because what I'll do is I'll dye the eggs and then I'll use those eggs for the deviled egg. So it'll be like little pastel colored, like tie-dye, deviled eggs. So no, that's one of my favorite parts, to be honest.
Yeah, I love deviled eggs. Mm-hmm. I think it's funny. It's like that tortilla short that we've seen, or that tortilla reel that we've seen, where the guys at the restaurant and the waiter comes over and they're like, "Oh, would you just like a stack of tortillas?" And they're like, "Oh, why would I want a stack of tortillas?" And he's like, "Well, what if I go in the back, cut them up and fry them, and then bring it out with some salsa?" He's like, "Sounds great.
I would eat a whole bowl of those."
Yes.
Yes.
That's kind of like deviled eggs.
Yeah. I don't want just a plain hard-boiled egg. What do you think I am? A heathen?
Yeah,
what if I cut it up and mix it with some mustard?
But it's just like, one egg or 2 eggs is enough. 2 hard-boiled eggs is enough. But, deviled eggs, you eat 100 of them.
He's not wrong. Me and your brother, though, are usually like...
Yeah, I know. Yeah, so she does that. She's kind of like appetizer queen. Yeah. And then I make a few things. I make the ham. I usually make my own glaze. And I'm the type of cook, whenever I do cook, where I don't have like a set recipe for anything. I don't like doing that. I like to just wing it. Like if a flavor's like in my head, or I have a certain spice that I want to use, I go from there and I like mix things together. And I do often like look in my fridge and go, what do I have this year at this moment in time? And I kind of use that to base off of like what I'm going to make my base out of. Yeah. And I mean, I like doing that. I think it's more fun than like, cookie cutter has to be the same exact thing every year. But yeah, I mean, I love that. And then, oh man, sad part that I didn't think of until talking about this. But my mom has been making pea soup forever, because Easter, she usually makes the ham, and then she makes pea soup after it. She takes the bone and she puts it in the pot and whatever. Ever since we took over, I've been doing it. Well, I guess no, I haven't. Not initially. Only the last few years. You started only the last few.
But what was really cool was you started doing it day of. Yeah. So while we're all eating dinner, you took the ham bone, you took the split peas, started cooking those up.
Yeah.
And then by the time they're done boiling, you throw the ham bone while everyone's walking out the door.
Right.
But I'll miss split pea this year.
Yeah. I think it's gross. We do still have some frozen.
We could try.
And die.
Die?
I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, that's going to definitely be a sad thing. So lucky you people who are going to get to eat it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there's a bunch of people who, if you're watching this, are going, ugh, split pea soup. But it is amazing. This specific split pea soup is amazing.
It's not just split peas. Yeah. And it's not just like the diced ham that you get like at a deli counter. Like, no, this is like the crunchy edges. This is like real big chunks, or like little chunks, however they want to cut it up. But like you also usually put carrots in it, right?
Carrots.
Tomatoes.
No, not tomatoes.
Not tomatoes.
Potatoes.
Potatoes. Onions. Like you usually put in like lots of really good hearty vegetables. Yeah, so it's not just green gooey soup. Like no, like you actually go and like you really make a really hearty, thick soup. It's not necessarily green either. It's like kind of like tinted a little because of the sauce you use for the ham. Sometimes that'll mix in really nice with
it's gotten better over the years and more green. Yeah. But the first time I did it, it looked like a nasty like poop water.
Oh, God.
It did. It was good.
Well, this is a parent podcast, so y'all know what that looks like.
But yeah, so yeah, that's probably the biggest thing that I'll miss. It's like a tradition that like my mom kind of passed on to me, and now I figured out how to do it myself. So yeah, I mean, I guess she'll make it this year. So
yeah, I guess so. We'll have to test the frozen with the fresh. Well, it won't be fresh. She'll probably freeze it too. Yeah. To bring it down to us.
I don't think that's a good idea. It's like a year.
No, she'll see us in April.
It's not what I meant.
You mean
the frozen one.
The frozen one. Yeah. You're so funny. People eat frozen food all the time.
After that long? I don't know about that. Anyway, so yeah, I make that, and then I usually make mashed potatoes, mac and cheese. I always do like a Velveeta mac, and then my stepdad brings a leg of lamb, and that's one of my favorite parts. I don't know how to make leg of lamb, but yeah, it's so good. So I'm gonna miss that too.
Yuck.
I know.
No offense, Mike, but yuck. I do not.
Well, it's
eat
not about
lamb.
It's not about not liking the way he makes it or whatever. You just don't eat it. So
No, thank you.
But anyway, so whatever.
He also makes asparagus pie.
Yes, he does.
You almost forgot
awesome.
that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we were talking about our traditions, but
Sure.
yeah, that's true. True.
Yeah.
But anyway, so that's food. I don't know why we jumped right into food.
If you can't tell, we're hungry.
Yeah. Oh, and my mom makes carrot cake. If we're talking about things that everybody makes, my mom makes the carrot cake.
Yeah. And she waits till the last possible second to make the icing every year.
It's just the way she is.
Yeah.
But yeah, she waits till the last possible second to do everything. Sorry, Mom, that you never watch this.
We love
or
you.
listen to this. But yeah, so now that we have children, you know, we do a couple of different things, and now it will be a little different this year. But I think we'll do similar things, just we'll do it in Florida, right?
Yeah.
So what are some of those things?
Well, what's so funny is I saw a reel today that I shared to you of one of the people we follow. She's a mom who like makes fun of, mom things. And she was like, how to make an Easter basket for a 1-year-old. And she picked up one of the like canvas buckets in her closet, dumped it out and went free. And then just started picking toys out of the kid's toy box, throwing it in there. Free. The remotes, trash, like all this stuff. And then she opened a bottle of wine and it was like $20. And she's like, Happy Easter. And just walked off the screen. That is just genius. Genius.
You're funny.
Because what we've been doing the last few years is we've been reusing the same carton of shape eggs for the egg hunt since Nate was born.
Right.
Since Nate's first Easter.
Yeah, we mix it with actual eggs, though.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a few
not
sets.
Actual eggs.
No, we have a few sets of plastic eggs that we try and put like little things in. But we have a nice little dozen of they're white eggs and they break apart and they have colors and shapes inside. Yeah. So what's really cool about that is when they get those eggs at the end, they can like pull them apart and identify the color and the shape. And I feel like it's a teaching moment, when they're little, they don't eat candy. We eat their candy.
Especially Nate. Nate knows.
Only because we let him.
Yeah, I guess.
Only because it's sitting in the fridge because it's there for him going potty. But like they don't eat it on a regular basis. It's not something that they need or that like it's not like us where we're adults and we're like, ooh, I could really go for like this kind of candy right now.
Like after this episode.
Yes. But like they don't need candy. They don't need little toys that can fit in an egg. Like I just like the idea of doing a teaching moment as opposed to more sugar and more processed stuff that they don't need, or even little toys that Emma could choke on or will break or what have you. Yeah. I actually saw this other thing that I wanted to start doing, probably not this year since we'll be away, but they had this thing where you can buy little Easter bunny tokens and write on them like free hug from mommy or
you mentioned this
or like an extra book at bedtime or stuff like that. I just like having this incentive for them to be like, I have this token from Easter. Let me use this tonight or let me hold on to it, because those types of things, it's like birthday coupons, free hug or free kiss or.
Can we make tokens?
No, we don't go Easter egg hunting.
We could go some sort of hunting.
So yeah, there's some ideas. Some we do, some we like to do. But I mean, a couple of M&Ms here and there isn't a bad thing. Or even just like a little pack of something, like a fun size M&M or Reese's Pieces or anything like that could work. Mm-hmm. I find that the little toys that you get in like a pack, like little cars or like little action figures, they're just too young for them yet. They're only 2 and 4. So if you have kids that age, I would go more toward like the educational part or even candy if you really want them to have that kind of stuff. Or even fruit snacks. I've seen fruit snacks in a lot of these.
Yeah.
Because fruit snacks could be on the healthier side depending on the snack. So
That's not a bad idea.
something like that would be a good alternative that you can buy and pack in the egg and not worry so much.
Right.
But usually we put it around the backyard, or when we lived in the apartment, we put it around the apartment.
Yeah.
And they each have their own little bunny basket. There's a white bunny and a blue bunny with a little soft handle, and they'll do that. But we, over the years, have had family members buy Easter baskets and all the grass and all the stuff to go inside and the big chocolate bunny, and we don't need that.
Speaking of that, I bought a big chocolate bunny and it's in the fridge.
You did. And Nate saw it the other day and he goes, oh, Mommy, do you see that giant bunny? I said, yeah, dude, but that's not for you.
No, that's for Mommy and Daddy after this episode of Easter. I don't know.
Maybe.
But yeah, so I mean, that's some of the stuff that we do. This year, obviously, we're going down to Florida. If you listen to the last episode, and we're gonna make the best of it, have a fun time. We're gonna do the Easter egg hunt in our hotel, and I'll probably make a breakfast. That's usually a thing I like to do on the holidays. I make like a big breakfast, and then we're gonna make some of the stuff that we usually make. And we're going to head over to her friend's house who lives down there. And we're going to have Easter with them. So
yeah, it'll be really nice to be able to have a holiday dinner with them. I don't remember the last time. I mean, it's been a long time.
Yeah. I mean, when they lived up in Jersey, they used to come to Thanksgiving with us and stuff like that. So.
Yeah, we miss that.
Yeah.
But
no, this will be cool.
Yeah, we're very excited. The condo we're staying in has a kitchen, so we'll be able to cook full meals and be able to do our thing and bring it on over. Make my hard-boiled eggs, my deviled eggs.
And I'll probably make the mac and cheese, at least.
Yeah.
I don't know about anything else. But.
Yeah. It stinks, too, because there's so many events going on around us that we just miss the boat on it all. They had, a special family night at one place. They had breakfast or brunch with the Easter Bunny and that kind of stuff. We don't really see the Easter Bunny. Emma's afraid of costume characters, so I'm really interested to see.
Or uncles named Bill.
I feel so bad. What did Uncle Bill ever do to make you fear him so much? Literally, my cousin's getting married and we just went to her bridal shower, me and Emma, and Uncle Bill walked in the room and she was just like, no, and screaming, crying into my chest. And I'm like, he's your uncle. He's a good dude.
You've actually only ever seen him 3 times.
But he's a good guy. There's no reason to be upset.
He's a good guy.
And she's afraid of Santa.
She is.
She's afraid of all these
Something to do with older men,
characters, I guess. But every day we come home, she goes, I go see Grandpa. I go see Grandpa.
Oh, yeah, she loves her grandpa.
It's we're not going to see Grandpa, but when we do, she loves it.
Yes.
But yeah, we're not seeing the Easter Bunny. It's just not something we do. I know a lot of families do. So definitely made time for that. And even just look up local events a little sooner than we did because we just started looking on Saturday.
March tends to be a very busy month for us.
Sure.
With my work, her birthday. There's a lot going on. So to try and do anything related to Easter, fun.
If Easter falls in March, that's the thing. It doesn't always fall in March.
Right.
And it's the beginning of April. I mean,
the parade.
Right. So it's hard.
Yeah.
A lot's going on.
True.
But, just keep an eye on local events and just, I found this website recently that shows us all the current events in the local area. So definitely look for that next year. But
cool.
Missed it this year. That's okay.
Yeah.
They won't know.
Be around anyway.
That's you. But the kids don't know. So
no. But yeah, so have fun and safe Easter this year if you do celebrate, or if you celebrate anything around this time of year. Just, be safe out there. A lot of driving, I'm sure, to family and whatnot.
Yeah.
And also, just to let you guys know, next week we are going to be on spring break and we're going to be vacationing. So we are actually going to just take a 1-week hiatus. We were going to do an episode, maybe shoot one this week to put out next week, but we just made the ultimate decision that we need a break for ourselves, and we hope that's okay with you guys as well. We will still be putting out content. I mean, we're going to be in Florida.
Oh, yeah.
We'll probably be making some funny skits here and there, and, maybe Jackie and I will just jump on for a 60-second thing just to talk to you guys a little bit out there about something. Maybe we'll just do a Disney thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But realistically, I would think when we come back, we'll probably talk about our experience and whatnot.
Well, Wednesdays are Disney Day, so
yeah,
I don't know if we're really going to have a couple chat or just be like, we just got back from Disney. Good night.
Yeah. There you go. That's a skit.
Right there.
But yeah, so don't expect to see us next week, but we will be back the following week. So, yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm Matt.
I'm Jackie.
Here are the Hahns signing out.
Thank you so much for listening to Couple Chat. Make sure to subscribe to us on Spotify or YouTube Music, and check out our YouTube page to see this episode in video. Thank you to Hahn Films for editing and producing this episode. Talk to you soon.